Hello and welcome to another episode of Historic Hindsight. I'm John, that's Tom, and today it's day 2 of that horrible battle in Gatlinburg.
Gettysburg, Johnny.
Gettysburg.
I would much rather be in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Gatlinburg is much more entertaining than the city of Gettysburg. But now we're going to make people mad at that, so we're going to move on, and we're just going to talk about the second day of Battle of Gettysburg. And we are recording it when it's balls-ass hot, which is appropriate, because guess what? It's balls-ass hot at Gettysburg, too. So fucking hot. Anyways, second day.
And they're in full, like we're...
Yeah, I'm
sitting pretty light. They're in their full... Anyway, that adds to... Just imagine that while you're sitting through all this.
Yep.
Go outside and sit in the sun while you're dealing with it.
It's
right. Awful.
So overnight from the 1st into the 2nd of July, 1863, both armies are getting reinforcements, with the majority of the Union Army arriving, including the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 12th Corps. With two of Longstreet's divisions arriving, including pickets being on the road to Gettysburg. The Union line is established with the majority of the high ground running from Culp's Hill, southeast of town, to the northwest Cemetery Hill, then south down 2 miles. It's a big, gigantic fucking fishhook is what it's called. Like, it starts basically at Culp's Hill and ends down
all
at,
up in the hills around.
Down to the south. Yeah, the southern portion of Gettysburg. It's all that. Yeah, big fishhook.
Gettysburg.
Gigantic fishhook. The Confederate line begins to parallel the Union line, which is about 1 mile to the west of Seminary Ridge, runs through Gettysburg, and then curves southeast to the point of the opposite of Culp's Hill. Two fishhooks staring at each other.
Just a couple of fishhooks cutting it up.
Yeah, about a mile apart from each other. Yep. Overnight, Lee develops a battle plan of general assault on Meade's positions. So he goes, looking at those positions up there, and he goes, "Everybody forward! Fuck them up!" It's not quite that. It's attack both flanks, but it's basically everybody forward on both flanks. His real goal here is to have Longstreet be the main offensive and attack Union positions around Little Round Top area, with Ewell supposed to be doing a secondary attack on the opposite side of the Union line, and it's supposed to commence when he hears Longstreet's attacks begin. But Ewell mishears that command and decides that by diversionary attack, it meant artillery barrage.
Well, that's dissimilar, not the same. That's what it is. So he opened up with artillery.
And surprisingly, Johnny, it's the second day of the battle, and it's now 11 a.m., and nothing has yet happened. Like, the commands are, the Union is just sitting there. They're like, we're in good position. We ain't doing shit.
They're happy with it, with where they're at this point.
Lee is unused to that. Lee's like, oh, they're going to come down and get us. Oh, they're not coming down to get
because guess what, Lee? Normally, you're in your territory that's just a belligerent nation. You're in your own belligerent nation, and we're coming trying to get it back. Yep. Now, you came up into the OG United States and are trying to do shit. Like, get out of here. Come on, man. We don't need you here.
But Johnny,
we're not going to attack you. Come get it.
Little after 11, orders are given to attack, which is a late start to Civil War battles if you're a studier Civil War battles.
Normally, it's 11 been about 2 a.m., 3 a.m., yeah. Yeah, it's usually stupid hours of the morning.
Yep, we are sleeping in at this point. And Johnny, the second day's battle is going to begin with Union stupidity, because despite being in sound defenses, Sickles, who wasn't in the fight the day before, looks at his positions with his artillery and goes, oh, that slightly higher hill in front of me looks like it's a better defendable position. So I want to move forward there through the peach orchard.
100 yards, 200 yards.
Which is not smart, and is not a better position.
He moved to the peach orchard?
Yeah, it's not a better. Yeah, he moves to the peach orchard. It's not a better. Yeah, it's
you
not.
You can drive around now and know that the peach orchard is no good.
Yeah, it's no good. We'll show you that.
He wanted peaches.
I think he just wanted some peaches. So surprise, surprise, he's now created himself a salient, like the idiot in the first day battle did, where you can be attacked from two different sides, and that's what happens.
What happens?
That's what happens.
Dang it.
3 p.m., Confederate artillery really opens up on Sickles, increasing the casualty tolls as he gets cut to shit. Meade, being furious that Sickles didn't attend the briefings during that morning, got even more mad when he found out that Sickles moved and went, "What the fuck? No! But at this point...
All you had to do was come to the meeting this morning, right? That was...
At this
why
point,
we had it.
The line is already starting to waver, and it's like, all right, we got to plug that hole or we're fucked. So Meade is forced to throw troops into that line, which is not a tenable position. This is not great. Yeah. Seeing that Lee's entire corps is basically right there, Meade throws 20,000 men from the 5th Corps into reinforce that region. Saving grace here is that Hood's division from Longstreet's corps wound up going too far to the east of where they were supposed to go, and they're going to run smack dab into Union positions that are there at Devil's Den, which is not great, and it gets that nickname for a very good reason.
Oh, it wasn't already called Devil's Den?
No, it gets that nickname for this, yeah.
No. Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Not great. It's very uninviting ground to attack. It is very rocky. It's rough. It's rough. His advance is going to be halted by Union reinforcements from the Union 5th Corps, but not before the Union 3rd Corps is nearly annihilated, including Sickles, who is going to lose his leg to a cannon round. So I guess teaches you a lesson. He doesn't die, but he loses his leg. Just gone. Boo! Imagine just sitting there on your horseback, and the next thing, oh shit, my leg's gone.
Huh. That's going to be a problem. Imagine surviving losing your leg
in the 1800s
during the Civil War.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Anderson's division is going to push the Union line at Cemetery Ridge around 6 p.m., including they're going to reach the crest of this ridge. This is the closest you could say the Confederates get to possible victory here at Gettysburg. Is about 6 p.m. They reach the crest of Cemetery Ridge, but they're unable to hold it as there is a Union counterattack from the 2nd Corps that pushed them off the ridge literally by bayonet. The 1st Minnesota Regiment, they're going to fix bayonets, they're going to climb the hill,
boys.
and they go, get off my hill!
Stop it!
And they're going to push them right off. Face. And that's going to end their ability to take that portion of the battlefield. Now, while all this fighting is going on,
Minnesota.
Over in the Wheatfield, Peach Orchard, and Cemetery Ridge, the remainder of the Union 5th Corps is attempting to hold Little Round Top, and this is where we get the most famous, because everybody watched the movie Gettysburg, starring the very famous Jeff Daniels. We'll watch it together, John. Don't worry, we'll do a live episode of us watching it together. It's going to be glorious. All 4.5 hours of it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's going to be glorious. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways. Realizing the importance of Little Round Top, Meade's chief engineer, Brigadier General Governor K. Warren, and that's his name. Governor is his name. Like, what the fuck kind of name is Governor?
He's not a governor.
He's not, and it's not spelled governor. It's like Gouverneur. Governor K. Warren. He's going to dispatch.
Governor.
Not governor.
Governor.
Anyways, he's gonna dispatch Vincent's brigade in an artillery battery and the 140th New York to occupy Little Round Top, and they arrive just minute before Hood's assault on that position begins. And this leads to the most fabled story during the whole damn war, immortalized by Jeff F. Daniels in Gettysburg, where the 20th Maine holds the line. They're the end of it. They are the flank. They are the last man standing. They fight. 4 or 5 assaults get repelled, and they're out of ammunition, and they're all like, what are we going to do? Well, we can't surrender. We can't leave this position. Fix bayonets in charge. And so this is the bayonet charge that everybody remembers, that gets immortalized in history, even though it's actually the 1st Minnesota's bayonet charge that's more important. But it's this one, Johnny. It's this one that everybody remembers because the movie made it popular. So...
Well, I mean... I'll remind you of Israel Bissell and Paul Revere.
Yeah, that's right. PR,
this is how history works. Tommy, this is welcome to it.
Marketing.
You're lucky you know this much.
Right. Now, at this point, Johnny, you might be wondering, hey, Lieutenant Tommy, I thought you said there was supposed to be an attack on the other side of the battlefield by Ewell on the right flank.
Lieutenant Tommy, I thought you said there was supposed to be an attack on the other side of the battlefield by Ewell on the right flank.
And you'd be right. There was supposed to be. But Ewell just decided to do an artillery barrage instead. He takes his 32 cannons along with AP Hill's 55 cannons, and they're going to engage in a 2-hour artillery barrage from long range. Keep in mind, most of the Confederate guns are smoothbore and do not work all that well from long range. They're going to do this in long range with no effect. Like, none. They're shooting over the heads. They're shooting short. It doesn't matter. Nobody's getting hit. The Union guys are going, fireworks show.
This is fun.
This is fun.
Just watching dirt fly up. 100 yards that way, 50 yards that way.
Yep. And the whole point of this attack was supposed to be so that the Union couldn't divert forces from one end of the battlefield to the next. And you know what they did, Johnny? They diverted a shit ton of troops from one end of the battlefield to the next because obviously the Confederates weren't really doing anything serious. Lee's like, what the fuck at 6 p.m.? He goes, you guys were supposed to attack hours ago. What are you doing? And Yule's like, I thought you just meant shoot cannons.
We did the
cannons. We did. We've been shooting for hours. Haven't you heard?
Been hitting lots of stuff. I've seen rocks explode. I've seen a couple trees fall down. It's been great.
So he orders, finally, the 4 divisions attack whatever is in front of them. This is the general order. Just go march in front, hit Union lines so now, they can't stop.
All right, they're falling apart already.
Yeah.
Day 2 evening.
Yeah.
They've
falling
apart.
Yeah.
Now they're just like, I don't know what, just shoot them.
And Johnny, immediately of those 4 divisions, one says, Edward Johnson looks at the Union position and goes, that's a mile over really shitty ground, including crossing over a creek. And I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay right here. So his 4-division assault peters out to 3 divisions.
Uh-oh. Is that gonna be a problem?
It's going to be a problem, Johnny. Most of the Union 12th Corps has actually been diverted to from the defending the Union right to the Union left to fend off Longstreet, which gives Ewell a potential opportunity had he attacked earlier, but he didn't, so here we are.
But yeah, so it doesn't matter.
What little bit of Ewell's troops actually do engage and attack the Union right, they're defended off with freshly arrived Union troops from the 1st and 11th Corps. They're only briefly lose the very first breastwork defense line. That's all that Ewell gets. He gets one little first line of defense, and then they quickly get pushed off. Yeah, he makes a dent, and that dent. You take the suction cup on your car that you've seen on the ad for TV, and you go, and that's all it was, and it gets popped right back out. Early's troops attempt to attack Union positions east of Cemetery Hill. They're going to come under heavy fire. Avery, underneath Early, is going to assault Colonel Andrew Harrison of the Union 2nd Brigade of the 1st Division. They're going to get hit hard. These are the ones that are hit hardest on this end of the battlefield. Avery himself is going to be wounded early on. Avery's troops are able to reach the crest of the hill, the entire Union breastworks, capturing 2 artillery batteries, but then they're quickly realized that they are unsupported, so Avery is the most successful of all the Ewell's troops.
So he gets through, but then he's like,
I got no support.
Now what?
There's nobody's
behind me.
And, look, there's 2 corps of Union troops coming at me, and I don't want to do this anymore. So he withdraws very, very quickly, thus ending all the actual fighting on the 2nd day of the Battle of Gettysburg. Union flanks... both assaults on the Union flanks failed to gain any significant ground. I'm not saying it was totally the Union, we obliterated them and we made the Confederates our bitch. There were a couple points where it was getting a little close. And then we put them back, pushed them back with pokies. We did our own rebel yell that wasn't so stupid as hoo, 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 hoo.
Yeah, but it was still pretty dumb, though.
It was probably pretty dumb. I don't know what the hell the yell was. It was probably fuck you, get off my fucking hill. Get off my property.
Yankee Doodle.
I really hope it was Yankee Doodle. And Johnny, this day ends again with both sides reporting near 50% casualties, including the 20th Indiana. Yes. I talk about Indiana boys.
Up job,
the 20th Indiana boys. Yeah, they definitely lost over 50%.
Well,
us Indiana boys aren't doing so well in this battle.
Been a rough war. That's it for this week in Historic Hindsight. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review, and join us next week when we finally finish up this bloody, bloody battle.